for more than 25 terrorists. Come on. You got it. You're okay. Keep going. Give me all right. Get inside. No.
Israel has regained control of its border with Gaza, but what remains there are scenes of devastation and grief. Joel Rosenberg, the host of the Rosenberg Report right here on TBN and the editor-in-chief of All Israel News, spent the weekend visiting the border where the worst of the Hamas attacks took place. And while he was there, warning sirens went off and he had to run and take cover.
The big attack of the terrorists was here for more than 25 terrorists. Come on. You got it. You're okay. Keep going. Give me all right. Get inside. No.
And Joel Rosenberg joins us now. Joel, thank you so much for joining us. So glad to see that you're safe. So scary. I could hear your voice there helping a woman who had fallen, trying to help her get inside as well. Tell us what you saw while you were there in that border town.
What was interesting was that, the Israeli government brought a small group of us, just a few reporters and about a half dozen foreign ambassadors. Why? To see where the atrocities had actually happened, where the Hamas butchery really happened, because so much of the world is already saying, oh, it's fake news. Oh, it's trumped up. Oh, it's spin. Oh, it's not that bad. It's bad. And so they took us to see. We went into homes where the floors were drenched with the blood of Jewish victims. We saw apartments completely destroyed by direct hits by Hamas rockets. We were hearing automatic gunfire. We were hearing Israeli artillery firing back at Hamas positions. And then, as you just showed, the warning sirens went off. And when you're in that particular Israeli town called Sderot, you're literally the closest you can be, the closest town there is to the Gaza border. And you have less than 15 seconds to get into a bomb shelter or you could die. And, to think of the terror of that, your heart is racing. I've done that before. I mean, I've been in these wars before and delivered humanitarian relief for our ministry, the Joshua Fund, but this was closer. The attack was closer, and of course, the extra fear by the woman who tripped. And fortunately, my TBN cameraman and I were right behind her, and were able to pick her up by her bulletproof vest and carry her into the bomb shelter. It's I don't recommend it for everybody.
Yeah, it seems very scary just seeing the video. I can't imagine being there. Let me ask you this: there were documents found over the weekend on the bodies of Hamas terrorists showing that they were targeting Israeli schools and youth centers, being told to kill as many people as they could. It's hard to say. Now we know that Iran, the funder of Hamas, has come out and said that they are likely going to get involved or thinking of getting involved in this war as well. How worried are Jews in Israel right now, knowing that to Iran, to Hamas, civilians are not some bystander of war, they are the target?
Yeah. Well, I don't know that you could get more worried than Israelis feel right now. This is the worst attack on civilians in the history of the modern state of Israel, 75 years. More Jews have died in the last 10 days than at any other time in history since the Holocaust. So this is about as bad as it gets. And you're right. Right now, we're facing Hamas, and we're about to go and invade Gaza. We don't want to, but we don't have any choice. We have to rip out this terror organization root and branch. But you're right. At the same time, there's now new fighting up on the northern border with Lebanon, with Hezbollah. That's the even larger, even more dangerous terrorist organization sponsored, funded, trained, and armed by the Iranian regime. And this thing could go This could be a massive regional war, like the type of things I write about in my political thrillers, but pray never happens. But right now, things are going from bad to worse.
You know, as we're discussing, this is not a war, just a military war. It's a PR war. Israel is telling Palestinians to get out of Gaza in hopes that they will be able to save their lives, yet Hamas is telling them stay, fight for this cause, if you can call it that. Because Hamas, as you know, wants to be able to show horrific pictures of Israel killing its civilians. And we're seeing this humanitarian crisis play out in Gaza, intensifying, getting worse. People are dying there, thousands. How can viewers know what to trust and what not to trust? Because it does seem very confusing at times when you have a propaganda war going on with Hamas.
Right. Well, let me break that into two pieces. First, just to be clear, Israel's government is not encouraging Palestinians to leave Gaza because there's no way out. The Egyptian government won't let them in to the Sinai Desert. That's a separate issue, but that's an Arab government that used to rule Gaza who won't let the Palestinians in. We can't let them in because we don't know who's the difference between a terrorist and not right now. We know most of them are not, but we're in a hot war. So we're asking and urging Palestinians in the north to move south because the invasion is going to go into Gaza City and the area where Hamas operations, terror operations are predominant. Now, second point is, how do you deal with mainstream media that you don't trust? Well, you got to go to different media. I mean, that's just the only way. And it was one of the reasons I said yes to Matt Crouch. Said, yes, okay, I'm too busy to do anything else. But if you're asking me to start a weekly primetime television show on your network, the Rosenberg Report, to broadcast the real news of what's really happening and have a biblical worldview, okay, I'll do it.
So you will be bringing us more of your report of being in this kibbutz on Thursday on your show, The Rosenberg Report. So we hope that our viewers tune into that, and we'll have to have you back soon. Joel Rosenberg, thank you for being with us this evening. I'm glad that you're safe.